I'm sure you will. But not through me. Find someone else. My will is my own.
It is never easy to make an expansion that kicks off a new era of an almost decade-old game. In many ways, it feels like a coin toss. It will either go in a good direction or in a bad one.
Guardian, I can see you've got Elixni hostiles incoming. I'm picking up what I think is a distress signal.
Destiny 2: The Edge of Fate, unfortunately, leans more toward the latter. While it has some highlights, such as an excellent campaign and the introduction of Lodi, the new destination, the exploration aspect, and the dark matter abilities make what could have been an outstanding expansion something lackluster. In terms of the story, The Edge of Fate takes our Guardians to Kepler, a planet where the Nine reside. The campaign begins slowly as it introduces new systems to the player, but it ramps up halfway through and culminates in an epic finale that sets the stage for the Year of Prophecy. As a somewhat new player, I'm glad that this narrative feels easier to follow compared to the lore bomb that the final shape was. The Edge of Fate has a clear goal, enemy, and many story threads that I can't wait to follow once Renegades launches. Another remarkable thing about the plot is how well it introduces Lodi and expands upon Ikora's story.
Long distance. I knew if I didn't pick up that phone, I'd regret it for the rest of my life.
For the former, he starts as the only human in Kepler and has an outstanding character arc that sees him learning things about the collapse and his role in the universe. Ikora, on the other hand, remains one of the best characters in the crew and she's part of some of the best plot twists in the story. Overall, I'd say The Edge of Fate delivers a solid narrative that will leave both veteran fans and newcomers with their jaws on the floor.
Sooner to die, sooner to ascend, and be cradle kept in the giver's embrace.
When it comes to Kepler, I must say that it is one of the most disappointing destinations in the game. Looking back at the final shape, the Pale Heart was brimming with life, and that bizarre yet beautiful art style that Bungie nails in every expansion. Kepler, on the other hand, felt flat, monotonous, and highly forgettable. To add salt to the wound, the new Dark Matter abilities missed the mark, or at least two of them. Rolling around like a ball of light was great, but I didn't like the fact that the camping did a lot of gatekeeping when using it. Yes, you get the option to roll around freely after finishing the story, but at that moment people are going to feel burnout. Having the option to use Matter Spark at all times would have made Kepler feel better and actually encourage you more to explore. The other two skills are basic puzzle solvers, and outside of moving a few obstacles and accessing new areas, there's nothing more to them. However, I'm not saying this in a bad way. That is usually how destination abilities work, but one thing that disappointed me is that these two skills don't have a lot of use outside of the zones where you unlock them. Despite my complaints, I have to praise the bold approach Bungie took at revamping many of the game's systems. When I started playing during the final shape, I felt overwhelmed with pretty much everything. I managed to understand the almost 10-year-old systems thanks to a friend, but even then I felt lost. The Edge of Fate, on the other hand, makes everything way more approachable and feels like the perfect starting point for new Guardians. Some veterans and hardcore players might complain about the changes, but as someone who has been waiting for the right moment to jump into the game, this expansion was ideal.
You feed their greed, speak their human lies. Ionians want us truth blind.
Overall, The Edge of Fate is a bumpy ride, but one that can be redeemed. The story does most of the heavy lifting alongside some approachable systems that are easier to understand. Still, what could have been a great start to a new era is held back by a few game-breaking bugs, a disappointing destination, and lackluster abilities. Still, I'm hopeful these changes will pay off in Renegades and beyond. Plus, the campaign is one of the best we've had, and I'm eager to see where the story will take us. For those reasons, we scored Destiny 2: The Edge of Fate with a 7.5 out of 10. For more game reviews, remember to like and subscribe and visit thenerdstash.com.